Welcome to this evening's student gathering. My name is Samantha Sun. I'm the Chief Executive of the Institute. To my left is Dr. Eva Chan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This time you're coming to know more about the update of the new examination and the syllabus. So welcome you all, and I hope you get some information about the new examination system, and hopefully we would like to give you all the support to pass your examination.
Thank you, Eva. Okay, today it seems that I will be covering various areas. I would like to just update everyone or beef up all of you about the background of profession and the recent developments, and then there's changing in landscape, updating you on the new qualifying program, some career prospects, and what we can do for you. So, I guess all of you are familiar with this bird. It's the secretary bird. It is found in South Africa. And if you Google, you can see there are live video of this bird. It's very tall, and it flies in the air, and it will look out for snakes and catches snakes. So generally, it is very alertive, vigilant, and very confident. And we take this bird as our icon, so it's highly ethical because it catches snakes. And snake is usually no good. And so it has a very sharp beak and sharp eyes. And company secretaries, charter secretaries are, similar to a bird. And in the past, quite a few centuries ago, you would see that, let's say in UK, people use a pen with a feather to write, get the feather to become a pen, and the feather is from a bird. So that's why we take secretary bird as our icon. Our institute in Hong Kong, we actually came from the UK, the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators before, but I will come on to this. The ICSA's name has just been changed to CGI. So the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators have over 125 years history in the UK, and worldwide it has more than 30,000 members, 10,000 students, and it has 9 divisions in the world covering 80 jurisdictions. And this qualification is it's international, and professional, and portable. Recently, one New Zealand member just came to Hong Kong, and he transferred his membership to Hong Kong, and after we have obtained all the information and verification, then the membership is transferred to Hong Kong. And sometimes Hong Kong members go to Canada, then they will transfer the membership there, and they can take up jobs over there. Here shows the 9 jurisdictions where ICSA has a presence: Canada, UK, Zimbabwe, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, China, and Hong Kong. China, Hong Kong, we cover China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Macau. And out of the 30,000 members in the world, we have more than 6,000. And out of the 10,000 students in the world, we have more than 3,200. So Hong Kong is a very strong division. And we are actually the second largest, just after UK. Now, about the Hong Kong Institute of Chartered Secretaries, how we came about was about 70 years ago, some ICSA members came to Hong Kong and started to have gathering. Then eventually we have more and more people, and then some of us in the old days, we took the examinations in the UK, they sent the papers here, we took the exams here, and we get qualified. So eventually, in 1994, we incorporated a local professional institute, that is HKICS at that time, and now, we're in Hong Kong for 25 years. Apart from ICSA in the UK, we have also other strategic networks. In 2010, we joined a Corporate Secretaries International Association Limited, and we are still one of the founding members there. This association covers 14 country representatives, companies from 14 jurisdictions, covering 100,000 corporate secretary and governance professional members around those countries. In Hong Kong, we are also a member of the Hong Kong Coalition of Professional Services Limited, and they have 9 professional institutes in Hong Kong forming this coalition. And then in Asia, we have joined the ASEAN Corporate Secretaries Network, including Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and Hong Kong. From time to time, we have exchange programs, and we've also done surveys to gauge the company secretary practice in these countries. This will help our members here because many of you, I think, work in companies which are international companies or companies that have investments overseas. If you know about the regulations in other jurisdictions, that will help you in your work. Right. Over the years, our council have tried to obtain as much recognition as possible for our members so that our standing would be higher and employers, regulators will all recognize us, our profession. So you can see this list under Hong Kong Companies Registry, Hong Kong Monetary Authority, Securities and Futures Commission. We are a profession, the company secretaries. We are recognized as suitable certifiers and appropriate certifiers for the banks. For the Hong Kong Bar Association, they recognize us as professionals with direct access to barristers. That means we don't have to go through a lawyer before we can instruct barristers. We can go directly and give instruction to barristers with regard to company law matters. The Hong Kong Stock Exchange, as I believe all of you know, that there are 3 categories of professionals who are recognized to act as company secretaries of listed companies, and a member of HKICS is one of those 3 professionals that are recognized. For the Official Receiver's Office, our members are eligible to act as trustees in bankruptcy cases, which is equivalent to accountants. Over the years, again, the International Institute has been looking at the development of various requirements, corporate governance standards around the world. And because more and more businesses are more focused on governance, risk management, and compliance issues, and the regulators have been putting out new regulations, and more recently is risk management, ESG, sustainability, diversity, inclusiveness. So all these will just be increasing on the workload of a company secretary. So in the past, many years ago, company secretaries are more like an administrator. They prepare agendas for board meetings and AGMs. At the meeting, they make sure that all the issues are complied with, and then take the minutes and make sure that the company records are updated properly. But nowadays, in a boardroom, we are company secretaries are actually advisors to the chairman and to the board of directors, and therefore we must know more relevant regulations. For example, if it is a bank, then we have to know the banking ordinance and things like that. If it is an insurance company, there are other regulations governing insurance companies. And therefore, our role has been broadened to a great extent and covering more governance issues. And corporate governance is not just for public company or listed companies, actually any company of any size, and not-for-profit companies like NGOs, they all require governance professionals. Therefore, our International Council, since 4 years ago, have looked into this. In particular, the role of our members, as well as the syllabus to provide enough support and knowledge to our students so that once you are qualified, you can fulfill the job that you're offered. And therefore, 2 years ago, we have passed, the members have passed a resolution to launch a new designation. So in addition to Chartered Secretary, which in short we call CS, we also award Chartered Governance Professional Qualification, which is CGP. Currently, we have been awarding current members who are fellows, and for those who have attained at least 5 years experience after becoming an associate to have the Chartered Governance Professional qualification. This is for the existing members. For students, come up with a new syllabus for our students to prepare them for the new role that they're going to be in, and I will come on to that a bit later. Last year, we passed a members' resolution to change the name of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators, or ICSA, to the new name, the Chartered Governance Institute. All right, it is a very significant change from a qualification called Chartered Secretaries to a more general focus of the Institute become the Governance Institute. And because in the UK this is a chartered body, therefore after our members consent, we have to send this to the Privy Council in the UK to get approval, and the new deed was signed on the 16th of September 2019. And therefore you should have received some notification from us and from the Chartered Governance Institute about the new name. The new name has actually repositioned the International Institute into a new arena, more focused on governance, as I indicated. So I mentioned that the Institute has 9 divisions just now, and let's look at the names of the different divisions. In Australia, they were the first one. In 2013, they have already changed the name to Chartered Institute of Australia. New Zealand followed on the following year. And then Canada just changed its name to, riding on the new name of ICSA, changed its name to the Chartered Governance Institute of Canada in June this year. Malaysia has adopted a new trade name called MISA. That means Malaysia ICSA. So it's called MISA, the Governance Institute. UK is now using ICSA / the Chartered Governance Institute. And the rest of the divisions, the Singapore Association of Institute of Chartered Secretary and Administrator, they do not plan to change the name yet. Chartered Secretary Southern Africa, they wanted to adopt the name the Chartered Governance Institute, probably of Southern Africa, but they haven't actually changed it yet. Zimbabwe, still thinking about it. Hong Kong, do you know if Hong Kong is going to change the name? Yes, somebody nodded their head. Yes. Do you think we should change? Who thinks that we should change? Some. Okay, more. Who thinks that we should keep the existing name, the Hong Kong Institute of Chartered Secretary? No? All right. Now, as I just mentioned, we think that the current IQS has been in place for some 12, 13 years already. And because the world economy, the regulatory requirements, everything has changed significantly in the past few years. So since 3-4 years ago, we started to look at our syllabus and what sort of competency we would want our future members to have. And this is a worldwide, after worldwide consultation, 2 years working in it, and we have now come up with a new syllabus. So the existing IQS, we have 8 subjects, but under the new syllabus, we call it Chartered Governance Qualifying Program. There will be only 7 subjects. Okay, but you still see 8 names here. I will come on to that. Now, part 1 covers corporate governance, corporate secretaryship and compliance, Hong Kong company law, interpreting financial and accounting information. All these names seem familiar, right? Corporate governance, exactly the same, but the syllabus, we have enhanced it a bit. Corporate secretaryship previously was company secretaryship. Now we add on compliance. So again, extended syllabus. Hong Kong company law looks the same as currently, but because the regulation has changed a bit, so there are some changes to the syllabus as well. Interpreting financial and accounting information. Now, currently we have management accounting, financial accounting, and what else? There was kind of like 3 subjects in accounting. But we felt that company secretaries should have more focus on other areas. Therefore, we remodeled these 3 subjects into interpreting financial and accounting information. Because as a company secretary in the boardroom, you should be able to understand the entire annual report, to understand the information that is contained in the annual report. That should be good enough. We don't really need to drill you to be a financial accountant as such. And therefore, we have kind of like repackaged the whole thing and keep just one finance and accounting subject. Then we come on to part 2. Part 2 includes strategic management, which at the moment you have 1 subject on strategy. So this one is more or less the same. There would be some minor modification of the syllabus only. Then there comes 2 new subjects, risk management and boardroom dynamics. Now, as you can see that I think 2 years ago, the Hong Kong Stock Exchange changed the listing rules, requiring listed companies to have risk management on the agenda and more focus on risk management. And nowadays, no matter which position you're in, you should have this kind of knowledge, which will then help you to deliver your work better. So we feel that risk management is really important. And then boardroom dynamics, because most of our members would have to work with directors, board of directors. So the requirements of, let's say, the size of the board, the diversity in the board evaluation, and how to communicate with the directors to maximize the efficiency and effectiveness, and it's all covered under this subject. It is quite a new subject in Hong Kong, but we felt that it will be extremely useful to all of you, because whether some of you may be already in that position, some of you will be going into senior management. It will help you in developing your personal skills and interpersonal skills as such. Now, Hong Kong taxation, our committee and team here thinks that this is also an important subject for our members in Hong Kong, because actually taxation is becoming again also more and more important and complicated. There is FATCA and certain other world-related regulations as well. And therefore, but then under the ICSA or CGI requirements, you only need to take 7 subjects. And because of that, we make it a elective. So Hong Kong members can choose whether you want to take boardroom dynamics or Hong Kong taxation. See which stream you would like to be in. For example, if you want to be a company secretary of listed companies, I would suggest that you consider boardroom dynamics, because that is more relevant for you. But then maybe you want to be in the CFO, accounting, and other streams, then maybe you think that taxation is more useful to you. But you can't take 2 subjects together or take 8 subjects altogether, right? At the moment, we don't allow people to do that. So you have to make a choice. Is this clear? Any questions? Very happy, only 7 subjects. Okay. All right. Now, this concerns you most. This is the highlight of the evening. Transition arrangements. Now, as we have indicated every month to all of you, that the existing examination scheme, the IQS, will run until the end of this year only, 31st of December 2019. From 1st of January onwards, we will move to the Chartered Governance Qualifying Program. And considering the effort that all of you have put in so far, we have come up with a transition arrangement so that those of you, for example, who have already taken corporate governance examination and passed this examination, you do not have to take this subject under the new qualifying program. Although, under the new qualifying program, corporate governance syllabus covers a bit wider scope. All right? So, if you have passed any of the 8 subjects under IQS, you would look at the arrow pointing to the subject to match against that subject. So if you have passed Hong Kong company law already, then you do not have to sit for Hong Kong corporate law. But if you have not yet set for the Hong Kong financial accounting, then you have to take risk management from January onwards. But if you have, this is the second page. But if you have already taken Hong Kong financial accounting currently, or even in December you pass this subject, then in January, after January, you do not have to sit for risk management. Okay, some of you feel very happy about it. Some of you think that, how come I haven't studied risk management? You can give me a discount or you can waive this subject. It's because this is a transition, a new program that the Institute has put in, and we do not really want to overburden you with some new subjects, all right? But we believe that if you were to do risk management work, we are very certain that you will take seminars, CBD seminars later to update yourself on the current requirements. Let's look at these. And all these are actually on our website. So please feel free to go to the website to have a look. And we should actually have some booklets that can be downloaded from our website as well. Now, in fact, later on I will have a timeline, telling you what is going to happen from 1st of January onwards regarding your results and how many subjects you will have to take. I will come on to that table later. Now, I will run through this very quickly because all of you would have already passed through the routes of entry, so that therefore you are already our students. And there are exemption guidelines. There may be some changes from the current IQS, but I'm sure all of you have already passed this. So in case you have friends who would like to join the Institute as a student, please go to our website to take a look, and also contact our colleagues, and we can give you like one-on-one clarification. These are the master degrees that have accreditation from the Institute. For bachelor degrees, we're working with 4 universities in Hong Kong, running through a series of Bachelor of Business Administration, Corporate Governance. Some of the subjects match 80% to our syllabus, and the rest will have to cover like 50%. So these students will benefit from studying the bachelor degree and then take our exams later. Our recommendation is for any new students to, of course, you have to put in time to study. This, we can't do it for you. And we believe that with due studying and also working in relevant fields, you should probably be able to finish all the modules in 6 years, but you must finish all your exams within 10 years. I know that all of you have lots of patience, but then we will try to help you as well. Now, all these depend on your academic and professional background, and you have to complete the exams by taking the examination, or if you have relevant academic and professional background, it will give you will be able to claim exemption from certain subjects as well. So you either self-study and complete the examinations in June, and next year will be November, or take the master degree program. So under the new syllabus, the Chartered Governance Qualifying Program, it is recommended that you must spend like 200 hours for each module in order to pass the examination. It's hard work, but I'm sure you can do it. Now, a little bit information on the examination paper structure and format. This is the CGQP, Chartered Governance Qualifying Program. Let's say for part 1, there are 3 modules: corporate governance, Hong Kong company law, corporate secretaryship, and compliance. The exam format is 3 hours written exam, plus 15 minutes reading time, total 100 marks. The paper will be in 2 sessions. Session A covers 25 marks. This consists of 5 questions and each carrying 5 marks. Candidates answer all questions in this section. Section B has 75 marks. Candidates are required to complete 3 25-mark questions. Each question has 25 marks. You have to complete 3 questions. And from a choice of 4, you will have 4 questions to choose 3. Each question will bear 25 marks. And these are a mixture of scenario-based and non-scenario-based questions. All these will also be on our website. This is the final 4th paper under Part 1, Interpreting Financial and Accounting Information. The first part is the same. The paper has 3 sessions. Session A, 25 marks, 5 questions, each carrying 5 marks. You have to answer all questions. Section B, 25 marks, consists of 1 25-mark compulsory question, and Section 3C has 50 marks. Candidates are required to complete 2 25-mark questions from a choice of 3. And these are a mixture of scenario-based and non-scenario-based questions. Part 2 has 3 modules: risk management, strategic management, and boardroom dynamics. Candidates will be given a short pre-release case study approximately 6 weeks ahead of the written exam. Written exam, 3 hours, 100 marks. Candidates have to attempt 4 questions in total. Section A is based on a pre-release case study of carrying 75 marks. Candidates are required to complete 3 25-mark questions. Answer 3 out of 4 questions. And Section B is not based on the pre-release case study, carrying 25 marks. Candidates are required to complete 1 25-mark question, answering 1 out of 2 questions. It's actually quite nice to receive the case study beforehand and do some homework first. Then Hong Kong taxation is, I understand, more or less exactly the same as the current setup for Hong Kong taxation. Again, 3 hours, 2 sessions, Section A, 40 marks. A case study with a maximum of 5 compulsory questions. Section B carries 60 marks. Candidates are required to complete 3 20-mark questions from a choice of 5. And the relevant double taxation agreement will be provided in the exam paper. The Institute support to students. Currently, we provide online study materials, and this will be provided for the CGQP as well. And at the moment, our writers and reviewers are working very hard to finish the content of the study materials. It is a very substantial investment of the Institute. It's actually very substantive, very expensive. But we would like to help all of you to pass your examinations. And therefore, we felt that the investment is really worthy, and it's complementary to all the students. So in case any one of you have not yet signed up for the online study materials, open the account. Maybe you can talk to our colleagues later on, and we will direct you and help you to set up the account. We still have about 1,000 students not yet opened the account, which is quite a waste. Even if you are not taking the exams, set up the account and you can go in and do some research as well. It actually leads you to a database containing the laws in Hong Kong and some case studies as well. Okay, now, so the 8 new modules, we hope that we can roll out the study materials for all of you to read from January. You'll be able to have access. And then the Hong Kong U Space preparatory course, again, we do some sort of overseeing their quality. And from time to time, we do hear that students who have participated in the preparatory course, they find it very useful. So it's a face-to-face, 3 times a year preparatory course. Now, this year, they have also rolled out an online course on corporate governance because it's quite new. We encourage you to watch out and enroll to that as well. The content should be more or less the same as the face-to-face one, but you don't have to go to the center, and you can log in during that period of time to study. The exam technique workshops, we have been holding this all the time, and we will continue. pilot papers for the new qualifying program that will come hopefully again in January with the marking scheme and reduced rate. Now, CPD seminars, we hold 100 sessions per year, so 2 to 3 seminars per week now. We're offering a discounted rate to students, so please do make use of that opportunity to learn more practical skills. And some of the programs, if the speakers allow, we would then record it and put it on the online platform. So just go to our website and check it out and try to take the relevant courses, as many as you can. And then the student gathering like this, we can give you more information and you can network with each other. We also have the Governance Professional Mentorship Program. My colleague Melanie Au is here. She is in charge. She is our Senior Manager for Membership. If you're still interested, can they still register tonight?
Probably next year. We have really received overwhelming responses, so probably some of them have already registered, but just stay tuned with our activities.
We also have a monthly journal on our website, guidance notes and research projects, a lot of them. Regular emails from us. Hopefully it's not too much, too many. Telling you on how to register and exam period and payments and things like that. We also send SMS messages, so it will go to your phone and reach you very promptly. And there are some merchants discount. Just again, go to our website to find out more. All right, networking events. We don't only just study and work. We have also interesting things to go to. Again, go to our events page on our website. And we also help employers to look for eligible candidates. So very often companies do advertise on our website. And nowadays we put these on our email and also on our CSJ journal as well. So just watch out for more opportunities for yourself. Now, this is, I'm sorry that it is in such a small font, but let me take you through this. And later on, may I suggest that perhaps we summarize a few important pages. We can actually email to all of you, and this will also be on our website. But just in case, I think we can email a few slides to them for record. So 1st of January, we will launch the CGQP. And then in middle of February, we will start receiving enrollment for the CGQP June 2020 examinations. Again, mid-February, release the December 2019 examination result. We release the results in mid-February. So those of you who are taking the December 2019 examinations will get your result slips mid-February 2020. However, we are no longer going to post the result slips to you. You will receive an email, and please log on to our website to your personal account to look at the results. All right? This is a very secure way of sending you the information instead of putting it in an envelope and posting to you. But we will give you an email notice about this result announcement. Then early to middle of February, the Hong Kong U-Space examination preparatory course enrollment will close by then. So again, watch out for our communication, emails, and notification. On the 21st of February, we'll close the date for the December 2019 exam results review application. This is only affect those who are sitting for the December 2019 examinations. 2nd of March, you can start to enroll for the examination technique workshop for the June exams. 31st of March, closing date for the CGQP June 2020 examination diet. 1st of April, closing date for the examination technique workshop enrollment. 20th April, pre-release case study for CGQP June 2020 exam diet for the relevant papers only. And 15th of May, release the admission slip. From the 2nd to 5th of June, this is an important period, that is the examination for the June 2020 exam. So 2nd to 5th of June. And then 14th of August, we're supposed to release the exam results. Middle of August, release the exam papers, suggested answers, and examiners report on our website, lock-in area. And then mid-August, then enroll for the CGQP November 2020 exam. It will be held in the last week of November 2020. Then the exam cycle will start again. We gear you up for the entire year. Okay, a few more slides on the career prospects. Now, Charter Secretary and Charter Governance Professionals, these are just some of the job opportunities for all of you going forward. For example, Dr. Eva Chan, she was a company secretary of a listed company before, and now she is in charge of the investor relations. So very broad prospect. And she is also president of the Investor Relations Association, or the Institute. Multitasking. The membership profile, you will see that a lot of our members are actually in the company secretarial field and compliance, financial management, general management, etc. Employer, organization, listed companies, a lot, private companies, and commercial, quasi-government. So it's very diversified area. Listed companies where our members, students, graduates, and affiliated persons hold the position. So the top 100, we have 55% of them are actually our members, etc. For the entire total number of listed companies in Hong Kong, 2,416 of them, 45% are actually occupied by HKICS members, students, graduates, and affiliated members. That's a lot. You know that 3 types of qualified people are allowed to become company secretaries, but we are the majority out of the other 2. Top listed companies, and these are, all of them are our members, affiliated persons, and students. This salary range is extracted from Michael Page survey, beginning of this year. At least we are in their category, so we are not nobody. So you see that professional services, corporate governance, and in-house practice, the salary range, quite impressive. In fact, this is a little bit modest, I would say. Mm-hmm. For top company secretaries, it can be several $1 million. And there is one board secretaries in China, over $7 million a year. Risk management, compliance, and AML is very important these days. Anti-money laundering is very, very important, especially in banks and financial institutions, as well as insurance companies. So as a managing director, the bottom line is $3 million. All right. Now we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and our own website. These are our marketing platforms so that more people understand about us in order to promote opportunities for all our members and students. And I hope that you can go and like our social media platform and share the information there, just so that more people know about us, and you will be very well known as well. You can reach us from all these platforms and the telephone number, etc. So, any questions? Good. I understand that we prefer small group discussions. So, now these are social media platforms. In China, we have microblog and also WeChat platform as well to promote our qualification in China. So, once again, thank you very much. Eva, do you have anything to add?
I think Samantha has gone through the new syllabus and also the transition arrangement. And at the end, we also mentioned about the career prospect. And actually, we can see that after the change of the name of the institute and also the new syllabus for the examination, that means we are building a broader platform for our members so that they can handle different types of professional job. And I believe this will give more opportunities for our members. So it's not only about charter secretary, not only about investor relations, it's also about risk management, compliance. So I believe this will give more value and benefit to our members. Thank you.
Thank you, Eva. Okay, then we'll close our formal session now. Thank you once again for coming, and please enjoy some snacks. Thank you very much. Good
Thank
evening
you.
to you.